Development along the Delaware. We are previewing new homes like these coming to the area.
I really believe we're going to change the look of the whole area over here.
See the groundbreaking celebration and hear what people are saying about the potential impact in South Irving.
Terminal E has been transformed.
Airport improvements. See the latest renovations just completed at DFW.
We just came from Abilene, so we come in to run the Irving race every year.
I just love running.
The Irving Marathon draws hundreds of determined runners. Find out what motivates some of these athletes. Plus a huge donation that will help crime victims, the big cleanup at a local park, and canines on the canal, all for a good cause. This is City Source. New homes are coming to South Irving. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. The development is called the Delaware at Heritage Crossing and work is getting underway. We went to the groundbreaking and got to see the view some home buyers will have.
Oh, what a view. You can't beat the view.
This will be the view right outside the front door of some new homes coming to South Irving.
And this is one of our crown jewels.
Beautiful Delaware Creek.
I don't have that view because my house backs up into it, so I'm jealous.
Lisette Caraballo lives nearby and is among those turning out to learn all about what is next for this long vacant land.
I know the community has been anxiously waiting for this project. It's wonderful.
This groundbreaking marks the start of construction for the Delaware at Heritage Crossing. 40 homes will be built here. Some of the key people involved are longtime Irving residents.
This has always been a dream, really, to come down here. It's one of the most beautiful areas of Irving.
The builder, Humane Homes, says this housing development and farmers branch called Mustang Crossing provides a good idea of the look of the new homes that will be built in South Irving. Like you see here, the outside will feature a lot of brick and stone.
Well, these are going to be patio homes, so they'll have a courtyard. Inside the homes we'll have granite countertops and stainless steel appliances and nice moldings and beautiful cabinets.
The homes could start in the mid to upper 200s.
So you can see the same home built in other parts of the Metroplex, maybe in a little higher price range, but you're going to get the same amenities here, but yet it's going to be a lower cost for you.
It will be a big change for the land where these dilapidated apartments once stood. The city says the complex had many health and safety violations. With those apartments long gone and nearby improvements complete, some believe this is just the right time for new homes.
With the library going in, the running trail, I think, as we've seen this morning, there are so many people on that. And then just being able to be a part of something with the city of Irving, I really believe we're going to change the look of the whole area over here.
In any type of new development, it brings awareness to communities.
That's really good. I think it's good that instead of rental property to have some home ownerships.
With new families moving in, many people are looking ahead to the potential impact.
The day they tore this multifamily down, now we're seeing something just great coming here. This is the kickstart.
So you need to get those new residents, new families into our downtown area to support the businesses and to take advantage of all the amenities we have down here, the parks, the trails, the train, TRE train.
Every planner that's looked at the Heritage District has always concluded if we could get 100 more families with the buying power that comes with their pockets, you will then trigger the retail that you need in the Heritage District.
I think that's the exciting thing about getting something like this started, is what can come afterwards to help redevelop the entire area.
Lisette Caraballo is not only interested in having new neighbors, she's also a realtor, hoping to generate some business.
As a realtor, it's certainly going to help the values of the other existing homes. And also, I think the attitude of people when they come by now and they see these homes and they don't see vacant lots, they're actually seeing development.
The 40 homes coming here are called only the first phase. People are already looking beyond that.
I think we've already identified some future phases with the city, and we're looking forward to those.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing some sticks going up in the air.
People will see a lot of digging and dirt moving first, all to get the land ready. But a model home could be open as early as year's end. Sounds like y'all are moving fast.
Very fast.
South Irving has needed something like this for a very long time.
She is ready for more people to see what she has grown to love about living in South Irving.
I'm trying to get people to come and live here and see how beautiful our city is and how beautiful South Irving is. It's naturally beautiful.
Find the link to that story at youtube.com/thecity of Irving and post it on your own Facebook timeline to let all of your friends see what is happening there. Election Day is May 7th. Voters will decide single-member district places 1 and 7, along with at-large district place 2. Polling locations are listed at cityofirving.org/elections. Also, the city secretary's office can answer election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. Irving's Family Advocacy Center just got a big financial boost that will lead to more resources to help crime victims. The donation came from one of the city's large employers. Take a look.
We just had an event with NEC Corporation here in Irving, one of our best partners, who donated $112,000 from their foundation for the Irving Family Advocacy Center. They've been a partner with us for a long time now, working with things like our facial recognition software. But as they've gotten to know us, they learned more about what we do, and they learned about the Family Advocacy Center. So their foundation wanted to be a part of that.
Their mission is simple. Let's improve the lives of families and impact the overall well-being of the community, thus creating a safer community.
The Family Advocacy Center is part of the Irving Police Department, but it's an offender-free location where we can help victims of crimes. We can help families who may be having some level of crises to help them get beyond that so that they can be successful.
What an exciting opportunity to expand resources, improve the technology that we have at our center, develop a teen room that's specifically designed to meet the needs and the goals of working with teenagers.
NEC is really an integral part of Irving. Their willingness to be supportive of something like the Family Advocacy Center is something that has a great bearing on me, and certainly we really appreciate it.
I'd just like to say to NEC, thank you so much. Thank you for partnering with us. Thank you for enhancing our opportunities and resources to give help to the residents and the citizens of Irving, just to make it a better resource and enhance what we're already doing.
Yeah, in addition to some of those services they mentioned, the Family Advocacy Center also offers counseling. It is located on West Pioneer Drive. If you saw a vehicle like this one cruising Irving streets in recent months, there was a reason. It is a road analyzer. All of the lasers, cameras, and other equipment on there checks the conditions of streets. The results from the most recent survey are in, and they can help the city prioritize paving projects. Learn more when the results are presented. May 4th, the presentation is at City Hall. May 5th, it's at Cimarron Park Recreation Center. Both of those sessions begin at 6:30 p.m. More improvements are complete at DFW Airport. We checked out what's new in Terminal E. Inside DFW Airport's Terminal E, it's the temporary hallway that can, in one way, make air passengers time travelers. Head this way and you see the first section of Terminal E looking not much different than it did decades ago. Go back the other way and it's all 2016.
The work here has been extensive.
So one of the first things you notice is how much brighter it is.
Yes, and you know, it's interesting because the lighting overhead is actually more subtle than before, but what you're noticing is the natural light that's coming in.
The changes are noticeable from the newly raised ceilings to the floors.
We're stripping the sections of the building down to the bare concrete columns and the bare concrete floors, and then rebuilding. Starting with new floor surfaces, this terrazzo is replacing tile that used to make a racket when you drag luggage through it on wheels.
New shops and restaurants also opened.
So we're fortunate enough to have Chef Tim Love bring his Fort Worth Burger joint here.
All of this is part of a more than $2 billion renovation of DFW Airport's oldest terminals.
This is not what the original terminals were originally like. For most of our travelers who remember, 40 years ago, very different things were popular and the designs were very, very different.
For example, security, technology, and connectivity are now much bigger priorities.
Even our restaurants are now required to actually have charging stations in them.
And there are also changes not visible to people walking through the terminal. Free Wi-Fi, plus
we've taken out all of the electrical and the plumbing and the AC and the heating and everything to let us heat and cool and power the building a lot more efficiently.
Outside, a new parking garage features an electronic guidance system.
That green light you look for the minute you pull into the garage, and if it's green, you know it's a space where you can pull into.
Back inside, this first section of Terminal E is the next to be redone. Plus, there is still a little more work to do in Terminals A and B.
And then we begin to look at C.
But in the upcoming busy summer travel season, many travelers will notice all that's new.
To serve them the best we can, more than $64 million a year at this point, we really are committed to this program.
We're just excited to be able to keep showing off the work that we've been doing.
In addition to all of those features for passengers, folks at the airport also like to point out they also have a huge cargo operation. In fact, the airport is welcoming its 19th cargo carrier in June. One more transportation note, DART and the North Central Texas Council of Governments are holding a Bike to Work challenge in the month of May, and Irving residents are among those invited to participate. Riders must register at tryparkingit.com and log their daily commutes. Richardson Bite Mark gift cards worth up to $100 are up for grabs. DART reminds riders that bikes are allowed on all of its vehicles. Bike lids, like those you see here, are common at DART stations to help commuters combine biking with mass transit. The Irving Marathon attracted hundreds of runners ready to take on a course through North Irving. We were eager to talk with some of them and find out what keeps them going. It's an early Saturday morning for these runners. That's the start of the Irving Marathon, now in its 4th year.
As you can see, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year.
About 1,500 athletes are taking on courses starting at the Irving Convention Center. The routes range from a short fun run to a full 26.2-mile marathon. All the runners had to be wondering about the changing weather.
The hottest, windiest, cloudiest, sunniest.
I like running this race because I like Las Colinas and the whole, environment.
This year's Irving Marathon raised money for Canine Companions for Independence.
There's a new facility here in Irving, and we're really excited to be a part of what they're trying to do. It's a great mission that they have to work with people with disabilities.
Along with supporting that cause, people have a lot of other motivations for running.
I have 2 kids that are very active, and it keeps me able to keep up with them.
I live in Florida, so I just came to run with her, my sister, passing across the finish line. It's like an accomplishment. It's very fulfilling.
We are from Hico, Texas, and we are all faculty members of Hico Independent School District, and our superintendent gave us a challenge in August to do this Irving Marathon. Of course, our shirts, kind of say it all. Sounded like a good idea at the time.
At the finish line, encouragement.
From Massachusetts, here to support my son in his first marathon.
There are also more interesting stories. In many cases, you can learn a lot from their faces. Some sigh with relief. Others are all smiles. Then by contrast,
in our group, we had one that was just ticked. She was just mad because it was a long ways, and she was ready to get it over with.
There's always someone younger up in front of you, and you go, I'm not going to let that young whippersnapper beat me.
Now watch this athlete struggle in the final stretch. Her yellow tag indicates she's doing the full 26.2-mile run. Her friends are there to help her.
You get a wide variety of different runners from different backgrounds, and that's what really makes this event special, is you really get to touch people in different ways.
This is a birthday.
I turned 47 Thursday.
For Tara Thompson.
Last year, let me tell you, was my first half marathon ever. And I ran this race, and I vowed that I would run it every year for my birthday.
To train, she runs 13 miles every weekend.
I feel good. I think I look all right,
He's 60 and I'm 56, so keeps us young.
JB and Janet Batiste traveled from Abilene. They started running just a few years ago and really took to it.
This was my 56th half marathon.
And my 55th.
So you got to catch up.
He qualified for Boston, so he's going to Boston next year.
Next April.
Daisy Dixon is 65 years old, and this half marathon is just her warm-up.
Triathlons is what I like doing best. So this is in preparation for my triathlon in May.
On the other end of the spectrum, Smayan Kathapali is 15 years old and just ran his first half marathon.
5 to 49. Extremely proud of him.
He earned a medal and says he's just getting started.
For sure, it feels so good to do it after you're done with it, it feels so good.
This year's marathon also brought out more exhibitors.
Foam rolling for free.
Like after every run, I gotta do this for a few minutes just to kind of recover.
Why is it better to run in a tutu?
Because it gives you more speed, you know? Like that.
Really?
No.
Nah, yeah, maybe a little bit, but it's just more fun.
The Irving Running Club is signing up new members, and it has volunteer pacers on the course.
They will run with people that want to finish at a specific time, and they will keep you on pace so you can finish at 2 hours or 2.5 hours.
Even as this celebration and recovery continues, work is already underway for next year's Irving Marathon.
It's going to be a new course for 2017. We're going to try and change some things up, but we're really excited to continue growing on what we built here.
By the way, this year's course was changed in the final weeks before the marathon because of flooding damage on the Northern Campion Trail. However, organizers did make sure the reroute still made the Irving Marathon a qualifying event for the prestigious Boston Marathon. The next big sports event for Irving is the AT&T Byron Nelson. It starts on May 16th at the Four Seasons in Las Colinas. I'll be there for it, and you'll see coverage right here. The city of Irving marked Arbor Day with a celebration in Heritage Park. Check it out.
Today we're celebrating our 7th year being Tree City USA. Basically just celebrating the trees, giving away free trees.
It's great. You know, more trees the better.
No, you just grab this one, not that one. This is educational to people can see the proper way to climb a tree.
Lean back.
Yeah, that's the key.
She's trying to climb a tree, I think.
How's she doing?
Well, she got off the ground. That surprised me.
He said I couldn't do it. I thought, let me try it.
We got a snake humorist fixed to start here in a minute.
And it helps to know how far he can reach. That was really close.
Well, you have fun with snakes, but he seems to make fun out of it, and the kids love it.
Do you see why they call him a carpet python? Doesn't he look like the lobby of a cheap hotel?
Then we're just making our way around, looking at the snakes and the trees. I'm gonna go get me a tree.
We bring in different groups in to help us as well. Got the water utilities here today talking about how to proper smart watering. We've got a couple of arborists over here today to talk about general tree health.
It's pretty cool out here. It's a beautiful day also to be out here.
A fun time there, and actually the city observes Arbor Day twice a year. There is a tree planting at a local school each fall. Even though the school year is winding down, the city of Irving is looking for more crossing guards. In fact, several positions are available now. The new hires will work through summer school and be ready for the next school year. In addition to helping children cross streets safely, crossing guards look for any activity that may pose danger at assigned locations. The pay ranges from just under $10 an hour to nearly $14 an hour. Apply on the city website or at City Hall. More than 200 volunteers turned out for Keep Irving Beautiful's Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off. It's part of a national initiative known as the Great American Cleanup. City Source reporter Tristan Martinez covered it for us.
At Keep Irving Beautiful's Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off, volunteers of all ages dedicated their Saturday morning to picking up trash at Trinity View Park.
This is actually our first time work for a group called AVID, and we advocate for our kids to go beyond just helping out the school and helping out themselves, but actually help out in the community.
We wanted to come out, we wanted to help the environment, we wanted to give back.
Just to help with the community, pick up and do all we can to help out.
Hopefully, this will bring more people out closer to nature because it's a good cause that we're doing.
Check this out. This is a perfectly preserved shark's tooth.
Even local fossil expert John Housey came out to the event with his collection to show that there are natural treasures all around the area.
You don't have to go to the Perot Museum to find natural treasure.
Although this was a fun event for families and groups to enjoy giving back to their community, it was also important due to how much trash passes through the area and where it could end up.
This is kind of our last opportunity to stop it from getting to the river, and then once it gets there, it can go all the way to the Gulf of Mexico.
With 215 volunteers collecting around 2,600 pounds of trash and recyclables, that's over a ton of trash that will end up where it belongs. instead of polluting the land and water.
I'm having a wonderful time. I'm having a great time.
It's really a great way to start your Saturday, get the community out with a common goal of keeping the litter problem down.
Tristan Martinez for City Source.
The DFW Humane Society moved its annual Walkathon to a new location this year, the Mandalay Canal in Las Colinas. Our team caught up with the pooches and people taking part in this fundraiser.
We're here for the DFW Humane Society's Walkathon, raising money to help support the shelter.
$20,000 we're trying to raise today.
They do a great job of getting dogs out of the shelter into loving homes. So we're here to support them and raise a little money at the same time.
First time at the canals. Yeah, we wanted to try something a little bit different this year.
Don't fall in the water.
Oh, we love it. Such a beautiful setting.
The area is really beautiful.
Coco, you rocking that sweater, girl.
We're big Humane Society supporters. These are both Humane Society dogs.
And they're part of the family?
This is Layla. She is about 4 years old and my guardian and protector. This is her first walk. She's a sofa dog. She likes a leather sofa.
This is Spock. He's actually Dr. Spock. He strolled up on my doorstep and never left. And he's been a grace and a godsend ever since.
We called her Rosie because when we got her out of the shelter about 2 weeks ago, she spent the first 3 hours behind a rose bush. She was terrified. This is her coming out party.
I decided, you know what, let's get out there, let's help. So just asking friends, family, coworkers, whoever to just sponsor us and to help make that difference.
It's a really good vibe at these events.
It's a sense of community. Everybody's like-minded.
We all share the same commonality with each other of the passion and love and commitment to our animals.
And yeah, by the way, those participants are still accepting donations on the Humane Society website. Maybe after watching that, you want a dog of your own to walk. So it's time now to head out to the Animal Care Campus. Intern JP has our Pets of the Week.
We're here at the Animal Care Campus with Michael Whiteside, Administrative Assistant for the DFW Humane Society. And Michael, who is this little guy you have here?
This is actually Zoe. She is a 4-year-old Chihuahua mix. She was actually given up by her owner who had had her since she was a puppy, and she was surrendered to the city of Irving, and then we were able to pull her and rescue her from there. She looks very scared right now, but when you have her out on the leash outside, she is really, really sweet, and I don't think she's met anybody that she doesn't like yet.
Here's a new little guy here. What's his name?
This is Ranger. He is a little over 4 years old, and he was a returned adoption because his owner got sick and was not able to continue to care for him anymore. So he just came back to us a couple of weeks ago, but he's one of the sweetest guys that we have in the shelter right now. I mean, you would never even know that he had been in a home and back in the shelter.
He seems really active and really energetic.
He does. He has quite a bit of energy. He's incredibly friendly. He's obviously, he smiles a lot as well, and he loves people, loves going for walks. He's just an amazing little dog.
So would he be good for any family setting?
Oh yeah, he's great with kids. We've had families come in to look at him, and he's been fantastic with kids. He's good with other dogs, and so he'll make a perfect companion for anybody.
All right, now we have a cat. Now, what's her name?
This is Portia Z. She is actually 11 years old. Unfortunately, her owner became homeless. He did everything he could to try and keep her, so we were able to rescue her and bring her here. She's a sweetheart. She's obviously, a little frightened now, but, she spent 11 years in a home, but she is really, really sweet, and she's super friendly and just loves people.
All right, thank you, Michael. And back to you, Thomas.
All right, JP, thanks a lot. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. We are covering the Play Try Triathlon, Cinco de Mayo, and much more on the next City Source. plus a great story on what residents are doing to learn how to best help emergency responders should disaster strike. And the Volunteers of America Texas Shootout returns to Irving. We will be at that LPGA event to hear from fans. All that and more next time. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And how about subscribing to our channel while you're there? And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more from the Irving Marathon. Thanks to everyone who is a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.